Morty desperately grabs Rick's phone, but it falls to the ground, and a message from Evil Morty suddenly appears on the screen. Morty always thought the person Rick hated the most was Evil Morty. After all, he broke the central finite curve and threw the entire multiverse into chaos. But now, Rick is not only talking to him, he has even worked with him many times without Morty knowing. Morty immediately demands to know why Rick is in contact with Evil Morty. Rick can only admit that he has been working with Evil Morty all along, but not because he trusts him, because he has been forced into it. Before Morty can accept the truth, Evil Morty opens a portal and walks straight into the garage. He orders Rick around like one of his own people. What shocks Morty even more is that Rick actually listens. The same Rick who mocks the president and challenges the rules of the universe is now following another Morty's orders. To make sure Rick cannot leave, Evil Morty brought back 4 family members beforehand as the trigger for the Omega device. If Rick refuses to obey, he will activate the machine that could make his entire family disappear forever. This time, he came to Rick because he needed help dealing with a collector that was absorbing the multiverse. If it keeps growing, it will eventually affect the central finite curve. But Morty immediately notices the contradiction. The person who destroyed the central finite curve was Evil Morty himself. Someone who once broke the rules is now trying to protect them. That makes Morty unable to believe his real goal, but they have no time to argue. The spaceship is already approaching the collector. The collector can absorb anything it touches. Even portals cannot be used, because cross-dimensional technology would become part of its power. So Rick had Evil Morty collect part of the collector's ability beforehand. They plan to use the enemy's own power to defeat it. When the battle begins, Morty feels the gap between himself and Rick for the first time. During their old adventures, Rick would complain about him, but he would still wait for him. But this time, Rick and Evil Morty barely need to speak. One move is enough for the other to know what comes next. They move like partners who have gone through countless adventures together. Meanwhile, Morty keeps getting thrown away and cannot even join the fight. When Morty is in danger, Rick still chooses to save him. He willingly lets himself get trapped by the collector. Evil Morty uses the collected ability to create a disguise, then tells Morty to quickly plant the bomb. When the collector sees the attacks, it does not care at all. It swallows every bomb directly into its body, but it does not know the bombs are hiding a high-dimensional compression algorithm. Once the algorithm activates, it loses control of its own power. Its body starts shrinking non-stop. In the end, the boss that consumed countless universes is compressed into a USB drive. After the battle ends, Morty looks at Rick and realizes something. Rick says he is only working with Evil Morty because he has to, but the excitement on his face during the fight tells the truth. He genuinely enjoyed the adventure. Because Evil Morty does not need Rick to explain himself. He does not need Rick to slow down and wait. They can instantly understand each other's insane ideas. For the first time, Morty realizes something. Maybe what Rick needs is not a partner who always follows him. Maybe he needs someone who can stand beside him without forcing him to slow down.